straight flipping it, and by it, I mean my tassel. Wait, my hand was weird.
Hello, and welcome back to Matt Scripps making another not horrible video. Or maybe horrible because I don't have the green screen anymore, but I could try and key this out. I just don't think it's gonna work. Anyway, I had my college graduation coming up and I wanted something cool on my cap, but I'm not an artist, I can't draw, I can't do a lot of things, but something that I can kind of do is electronics. So I thought it would be cool to have a little doohickey to flip my tassel back and forth. But first, let's get dripped out. You hit me in the eye! We're gonna forgo this safety hazard for the time being because it's not only a spoiler, but it's also a weapon.
Frick.
Imagine if I broke it doing that. Damn, that would suck. A little deadline info. I picked up my cap and gown at the earliest pickup time of Tuesday, and convocation was gonna be Friday. And then my own graduation for my college was gonna be Saturday, which would be great, but you don't flip your tassel at graduation, you flip your tassel at convocation. So I only had a few days. The electronics, fortunately, are very simple. We're gonna use a servo to move the tassel. Initially, I was just gonna do a button, so you press a button and it toggles the position, but I thought it'd be even funnier if I had a 2-position switch. No, not that kind of switch. Not that one either. There you go, finally. And I could switch it from not graduation mode to graduation mode. And then we need some kind of controller, and for this, I'm gonna use my beautiful KB2040 from the previous video.
Right under where it says ignite, that area is just a little burn.
What is that, a diode? Oh, it could be a fuse. You guys should just solder across it. Talk about ignite.
Ironic.
At the end of this, we had this beautiful bundle of wires, which, try as I might, it will not sit in an untangled position. I'll have it like fully set up, it's all untangled, and then as soon as I put it down, it's like nitinol, that metal that NASA developed, where it just jumbles right back up into a ball. I worked with a friend of mine to brainstorm how we were gonna get the tassel to move back and forth. It's about, what do we say, this long?
Yeah.
That long? Then it should be fine to pull it over to here. And so we were trying to figure out how we could make it more rigid. We tried using a wire, and then we also tried using a pencil secured by a wire, and that worked really atrociously.
I'd be proud of my face too.
Oh my God, dude, this is so
Fricking
stupid. All right, let's plug it in. All right, closer,
Wait,
closer.
hold on. Nah,
Frick.
not steady.
Yeah. However, something good did come out of this. We figured that we probably need the end of the extender to be about 5 inches from the servo, which would allow it to easily pass through the edge and it wouldn't get caught. Way before this project and even before the planimeter project, I was working on creating a little robot dog with 4 servos as legs to just let it walk around. And then little extenders for those servos. So unfortunately, I had to put Klooper down, at least temporarily, in order to build this. So I pulled off one of his legs and used that for the actuation. Surgeon says to Tassel Turner, Klooper would be so happy that you are alive. Tassel Turner says to Surgeon, where is Klooper? Surgeon says to Tassel Turner, where do you think you got that arm? I had that leg design from Klooper and was able to just modify it a little bit to make it 5 inches long instead of, I think it was 3 inches or so. From this, I also added a couple clips to hold the tassel in, and I printed them. I'm stressed out. If this fails, I can't have my tassel thing, and I really want it because I don't have anything else cool for graduation. So, crossing my fingers. I'm low-key embezzling. Oh, I shouldn't say that. So while I was able to get it printed, the clips that I designed were so brittle, I took them off the printer and I took them from my right hand to my left hand, and just that was enough shock for all of the clips to break and fall off. So I was left with, if I had to use that extender piece, to glue the tassel on, which I don't know why hot glue keeps creeping up on all of my projects, but somehow it does. So I could have left it there, but another bigger issue that I ran into with this design was there were no fasteners that were holding the back of the servo in. All the fasteners were in the front, and so whenever it would move, it would kind of come loose in the back. This is a problem that I ran into with Klooper as well, so I just extended it in the back a little bit to add more fasteners, and I also thought I could glue a counterbalance back there to make it sit more level when the servo was running. Pixar, I know you're watching this. For the 1.2 billionth time, stop emailing me. I know I'm an incredible animator, but I will not work for you. Give me a break. Walt, leave me alone. On top of this, I redesigned the clips and made them thicker, but even with them being thicker, they also immediately snapped. So I don't even want to talk about it. You'll see later how I fix it. And while all seemed to be going really well, I ran into a problem that I didn't anticipate. Hello, it's me with glasses and slightly messy hair. We have about 10.5 hours until convocation, and something I failed to consider is that the way the cap stays on your head, it's like this, which is, it's like barely sticks on in the first place. It's like a yarmulke. My head is already touching the top of this thing with the little nub for the tassel holder. And adding the servo, it just adds too much distance. Like my head isn't gonna fit, so I need to like sew an extension or something, and I don't know how to do that, and I don't have access to a sewing machine within the next 10 hours. So I'm a little disappointed about that. I know my eyes look super red in those videos you're gonna see, and I'm not high, I don't do drugs. The only drug I do is sleep deprivation. Basically, the cap already sits so close to the top of your head that even adding about an inch from the body of the servo may be enough where the edges of the cap can't grip onto my head and it just slips off. So that was pretty disappointing. And while I could have just cut the hole into it, fit it in, and see if it worked, the trouble was that if I messed this up, I wouldn't have a cap to wear because I was cutting into the center where the nub is that actually holds the tassel on. And so I'd have to wear a cap with a big hole in the middle and no tassel. And while this was disappointing, convocation was coming up, it was really just time to accept that I didn't have it done. And in that moment, while I stood there and aghast of how my tassel would move from the right to the left, I remembered I have a built-in tassel turner. It's called my left hand.
I invite you to turn your tassels to the left, as you are now graduates.
But wait, it's even better. They must expect people to fail at making their tassel turner because you don't just get one try to turn your tassel, you actually get two, because you do it at your own graduation too. And I was ecstatic when I saw that because it meant I had another shot. And the other benefit, my friend was completely done with all of their graduation stuff that day. So they said if I totally messed my cap up, I could bring theirs too. Because one of my other fears was that the cap wouldn't be able to get into security. Weird. All right, y'all, here's the spread. We got this cap, we got the spinny guy, the tassel, the trash bag, because I'm about to move out and I have a lot of stuff that I need to get rid of, but I haven't yet. And we got some clothes that I started packing. We got a knife, we got another knife, and we got a bigger knife. Let's make this happen. Apparently, I gotta leave now, so I'll come back tomorrow, and you guys need to pray for me that I can get this done. Okay, thanks for praying for me. It worked. Apparently, I'm not going anywhere right now. Somebody's coming here, so I actually have 15 minutes. That's still not enough time. All right. Oh my God, this really hurts my soul. This may work. Taking his brain out or something. His legs out, not his brain. I'm thinking if I can separate the cords and put a screw through there. Oh yeah, that's gonna be the way to go.
When I borrowed the hot glue gun from a friend of mine, she said, "How many sticks do you want?" And I said, "Just give me one, because if I need more than that, I want you to just run me over with your car, because clearly I'm just a horrible engineer."
No! Wait.
So the action was pretty nice. It did occasionally get stuck and you'd have to wiggle your head a little bit. That didn't seem like a big deal, but I thought this might be time to explore the counterbalance.
All right, hanging upside down. It's like standing during software stand-up to encourage you to go faster, but I have to go in like 10 seconds so that blood doesn't pool to my head. Okay, I need a break. I have this amazing idea where I use quarters as a counterbalance because I don't have access to anything else, but all I have to secure them, since I didn't CAD it in, is hot glue and tape. And so I glue them together and then tape them. Oh, I need a break.
Just a reminder, somehow, somebody gave me a degree.
Oh my god, that's a lot of quarters. I don't know if I can afford this. I'm gonna go to
Fricking.
hot glue quarters together.
I should patent that idea. That's a good idea. One of the big problems that I thought the counterbalance could cause is if my hot glue and my tape didn't hold that well, and I was walking across the stage and the big stack of quarters fell off and just smashed on the ground and quarters went everywhere. I don't even know. What would you think if somebody walked across the stage and that happened?
Yay, thanks so much for my degree. Blah. Psh, ah. Haha, you look so silly. Oh no, it's the pointing and laughing guy from Pixabay.com. Ah.
Also, the quarters looked like shit on top. It seemed like I didn't totally need the counterbalance. It would have been nice to have it baked in a little bit better from the start, but the quarters was definitely not the right solution.
No way, who could have seen that one coming? I mean, technically it doesn't have to work left to right. Okay, true, I guess, but it was still starting in the wrong position. Why does this start after there? My servo got right. Servo mid. You guys can't see, so you're gonna have to trust me. I never make coding errors, so you don't have to worry. Famous last words, but my bug fix actually worked first try. All right, let's try it with the battery pack. I'm sure
Stop.
It doesn't explode. Uh-oh. Oh, it's hit the
Fricking.
button. That's the dumbest thing
Stop.
I've ever seen.
I'm proud to say, when graduation part 2 came around, instead of using my built-in tassel turner, I used my custom built-in tassel turner.
I now invite you to turn your tassels to the left, which signifies your transformation.
And it does work. It actually worked really nice and I was super happy with it. Also, I'm wearing the same shirt that I'm wearing right now, so I own more than 3 shirts.
Hello, it's Matt with glasses and super messy hair this time. I brought everything to show my grandma because she wasn't able to make my graduation, and it broke in the car, so it doesn't work anymore at all, and she didn't get to see. Let's go.
I hope this video was short and sweet and you enjoyed it. I wish you luck on your own inventions and stay tuned for the next one. I have plans to make a very special mouse for a computer, so keep a lookout, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and then put it on MySpace.